All right, so we're moving on to the social cognitive theory of personality, and we're going to associate Albert Bandura as our top theorist in this. He came up with the social learning theory, and we've talked about Bandura before. Remember the bubble doll? And what he says is that we act the way that we do because we often see others act that way. So his style of learning is observational learning. So we've seen others do it and we take after what they do. All right, so again, we learn what is good, what is bad, what are the norms, the rules, the obligations, etc., by simply watching others, and then we interpret that for ourselves and then take on those behaviors. Now, he also said that humans have this unique thing over animals and that we can regulate ourselves. So we may want to do something, but say this is not in my best interest. We may think a certain way, but we get to regulate how we think, and then how we feel about certain things, we can regulate that as well. So self-regulation has a big impact on what our personality ends up being. He also had the belief that we contain a certain, or we possess a certain amount of self-efficacy. And self-efficacy simply means that we have the belief that we can do it, that we can complete a specific task. So for an example for my students might be the beginning of the semester, everybody comes in and they are full of excitement and they're full of the belief that they can actually do this class and do well. And then the first unit exam rolls around and suddenly they're looking at this grade and thinking, you know what? Maybe I don't. So they start off very high self-efficacy, and then after experiencing something that may actually lower their self-efficacy. Then you come in, you talk to me, we talk about what happened with the test, you walk away knowing more, and so maybe we'll build your self-efficacy back up. All right, reciprocal determinism. So Bandura believed that there were three components that are all at work in our personality, and we can actually kind of separate everything and figure out what those things are. So here are the three components. The first is behavior, and that's actually those actions that we do, we have control over. And so he's looking at the control that we have over what we do. He's also saying that a component of our personality is environmental. And it's not, we've talked about it as like the house that you were raised in, but it's so much more than that. It's all of our surroundings throughout every day that we have. So that includes home, it includes school, it includes vacation, it includes, places that we go with our friends, it includes our socioeconomic status. All right. It also includes the people in our lives are going to determine our personality. So it's going to be not just our parents, and that's what we first think, but it's also siblings, it's friends, it's teachers. And so those things, those experiences can actually shape who we are as far as our personality. And then lastly, it's the individual. And so the individual can look at those things that they have been rewarded for, those things they've been successful at or walked away and felt good about. And those are going to shape what I take on as my personality. All right, so that does it for our social cognitive perspective.